hit the record button. We were so fired up after we got off, the call with Karen Jones. I mean, Karen Jones is kind of like every single thing that comes out of her mouth. You want to register, you want to hear it, you want to apply it. I mean, not only is the woman a PhD in psychology, she was also in the field as a national marketing director. And then she came into the company as a regional director. I'm hoping they move her more into a program where she's actually coaching the NMDs, because she is the most powerful coach that we have within the company. Her and Tanya Oxley know this marketing plan, but what she brings to the table, she knows people. So I literally took so many notes, and I went back and I typed them all up because I wanted to save them. I will be posting this for people to have. I'll probably put it on the leadership development page. So those of you that are not yet sales coordinators, I will individually send it, because this is not for everyone. Not everyone's ready for this training. So if you were a VF and you're here, it's because we believe you're going to be sales coordinator soon. We believe that you have aspirations to move along the marketing plan, and we know you work really hard at this. So welcome, everybody. We now have 17 people on the call, so really excited to have you. She called this moving your business to the next level. Pretty straightforward, something I believe most of you want to do, right? And she talked about the fact that our business has hit a 3-year high point. We have been growing pretty rapidly for 3 straight years during one of the most sluggish, ridiculous economies ever. But 2 things happen with companies that are in growth mode. You either see a crash and decline, or the company figures out a way to stimulate so that the growth can continue. Well, we are backed by one of the best corporations in the world, and they want to stimulate. And I highly recommend that you would get on Karen Jones's call on November 2nd and invite people to get on. She is once a month now hosting, and I know Colleen McCarter, I believe, said she had been on it. Give me a thumbs up, Colleen, if that was true, that you were the one that was on it. Somebody told me they were on KJ's call. Sarah Matthews. Sarah was not. And Sarah's not live, so she can't give me a thumbs up. But I know it's Sarah, and she said it was phenomenal. It's a way for you to invite people to learn about our company. And she really tells people why we are so positioned to take ourselves to the next level. And, I want each of you to know that you have to have goals in this business in order to be able to support your teams. If you're not going anywhere and you have no destination in mind, you will not create followers, and they will not move either. So know first, you have to have a vision and a goal for your own business, and you should be able to say that and talk to your team about it. People latch on to other people's goals, and they'll often work harder for someone else's goal than even their own. But it's what we do as we move up the marketing plan. I have the goal, my theme was double or nothing. I want to be a 100 Club team. And why do I want this? Not so I can be a 100 Club National Marketing Director. I mean, really, my days of recognition and Elton Awards are long over. It's all the new and up and coming. It's not recognition anymore. It's because that's when I know we are going to be duplicating National Marketing Directors in our team. That's when I know that people are rising up and creating their own 12 clubs. I can't go create 100 qualifiers. It's impossible. I can go and create 1 or 2 here and there and continue to build, but if I think about when Karen Ewald 3 years ago said, we're going for 100 Club, and Karen Jones locked arms with all of our team, and she got to 100 Club because, I got to 24 Club. Wendy McGlone got to 24 Club. Denny Benedict got to 12 Club. Her team built clubs. So what I want for each of us is for me to be able to help you realize your dreams. And in the process, I want financial freedom, period. That's if I can just sum up my own personal goals. So first of all, you need to do a reality check. Your team will do 25% of what you're doing. That's all they're going to do, 25% of what you're doing. So are you doing enough? Are you the best distributor on your team, leading by example and creating new energy? Are you talking with enough people? I'm going to turn this on speaker view because I think I had it on a different view. Is that better? Now I'm coming up on the screen. So you can kind of see me? Oh, well. Anyhow, your team's going to do what you're doing, and you want to be able to lead by example, and you're going to have to talk to more people. And I love this. She says, are you system dependent or person dependent? You know, don't depend on your upline, your sponsor, or other leaders in the team to create your success. Depend on our systems, because systems are duplicatable. People are not. You could just roll out national marketing directors right here and leaders in this business, and they're all going to look different, sound different, lead differently. We're all different. But if we can help you determine how to use the systems, you can do it as well. And are you interdependent or are you codependent on your sponsors and your leaders? We want to be interdependent. We can rely on each other to help. You don't want to also be too independent. I don't really see that in this team, but sometimes people will rise up and then they want to just break off, do their own thing and not stay plugged into what the greater team is doing, and that's not good either. So we want to keep that interdependence going. And I'm going to tell you, these are words from her mouth. So they're from Karen through me to you. If your business is not growing, it's because of you. So we do have to get that. We give enough training, enough support, there are enough resources, so you do have to be able to A, recognize that, and B, get to the bottom of it, okay? But she also talked about, but don't make that part of a comparison. Do not compare yourself to other people. We're going to go to conference, and we're going to hear people slam and dunking this thing down in 2 years and walk on the stage after 18 months. Who knows? We're going to be celebrating certain people on this team that right now it's their day. But know that comparing yourself to other people is total destruction. It's total destruction in this business. You are on your own walk. This business is a business of faith. Just like we don't question God's plan when it's going right, but what happens when things are going wrong? Same in the business. So make a mental shift and understand that there are different seasons. Karen Ewald always says the only way to fail at your Juice Plus franchise is for you to quit. All of a sudden, if you continue to share and you're faithful, your turn can come out of nowhere. And the next thing you know, you're receiving explosive growth and people that are going to town and making things happen. But that will only come if you're actually doing the DMO. Okay, so take a practical approach. We need to, first of all, rejuvenate relationships with our team. So always be connecting. Finding out, instead of trying to motivate your team and tell them what to do, continue to dig in and find out what they need. Our job is to really help people satisfy their needs. So what do they need? What do they want? I know on this team, I could walk through this whole group of, I don't know how many are on now, 18 of you, and I think I could identify 5 reasons you're doing this. You know, do you know your team? Do you know what is on their heart and what they want to be able to do? And this was, I fell in love with this term. You can sponsor infinite frontline. Do you know there are tons of direct selling companies that you can only have 2 or 3 lines that you can ever build, and that's it? They don't let you go wide. This company, forever and a day, will let you sponsor brand new and bring people along and pay you 22% on everything there, 5% bonus if they go to DD or beyond with your bonuses, forever. So she said, continue to sponsor frontline. The death of a distributor is when they stop sponsoring frontline. And I have felt dead in the past 6 months because I haven't sponsored. And I felt dead. Now I'm sponsoring somebody brand new. When we get back on the 28th of October, she's going in the system. I'm super excited. I've got somebody new to work with, and I'm talking to one other person right now. But I was in a desert for it. I had not really turned anyone up, but I knew that nothing good was coming if I'm not out bringing new people onto my team. You need to do the same. 5 wide to NMD sales coordinators, but why not go for more? 8, 12. My goodness, you want to talk about having lifelong security? Don't stop. You continue to invite new. People are expecting too much out of too few people. They've sponsored a couple people and they're looking at them going, no, my team's not doing anything. Just keep sponsoring. Because as a sales coordinator, you sponsor and bring people through a HLP or even strong dealers eating a lot of Juice Plus, you are going to you're going to build a great paycheck, okay? $1,000 or more just building a huge group of users of Juice Plus until you find the workers. So she said, and I felt very challenged by this, so I hope you feel challenged tonight too. But it's okay, because we're going to feel challenged and then show up in St. Louis and feel totally equipped, that you should sponsor 2 people a month. If you are really doing the system and using the mission-driven model, there should be no reason that you're not inviting 2 people to our marketing plan. When you're developing new teams of people, you also have to help them build 3 deep. So she made it very clear that when you sponsor someone and you help that person sponsor something and that person sponsors someone, it is a longevity of a leg. It's where really the fruit is. I'll just give an example. I sponsored Dara Henderson, who sponsored Ashley Kopsius, who sponsored Lori Beth, which became an incredible POB leg for me and Brian. Okay, so we know that the depth, after going wide, you want to try to find 3 working people coming into the team, stacking that up. And what happens is the person at the top underneath you that you sponsored, they have a team now. They feel a lot more obligated to show up, to be a part of it, to be equipped, so they also can pull them in. So when that's why it's so important for you to work people's, not just their memory jogger, but their dream team list. And we're going to focus on that at conference, and all of you are going to get a dream team list, and I hope that you'll sign up for a coaching call so we can go over that dream team list. So I love this too. She says, you want success, you need to practice the trifecta. You need to be running a trifecta from conference to conference. And that's finding one person that wants to do fast track to sales coordinator. And we've got 2 steps to get you there. Your healthy living plan to 2,000 plus and on to fast track sales coordinator. That you do that trifecta, you're going straight to the top of the company. So why? We want to work with everyone, show them that they can make 22% commission and get the full retail sales profit, same as a national marketing director, by at least getting to sales coordinator. Show them the bonus money. I think we get really fearful about sharing the money. Matter of fact, we're going to get to it, but Karen says really fear is the only thing that holds anybody back in this business. And I'd have to agree with her. A lot of people are fearful of being pushy. They're fearful of talking about money. They're fearful of a lot of things. And we have to put fear aside and know that, this is an income generating business, and it's okay to discuss that with people. Yes, we have to meet with them where they're at, but at some point we have to get and show them. A lot of people think that you dabble in this, make a little check. You got to show them that you can make big checks. You don't know what's on the back of their mind. Bottom line is everyone needs provision, and everybody needs to be able to pay bills and deal with life. And it takes income to do that. So it's okay to work your way to the discussion. And, she talked about the very important need. And I see this as a lack. You build someone, and I'll tell you, I don't know, Mike Hose, if you're on, or if you invited Sabrina to be on here, but Sabrina Fry already has 20 customers. She's been in the system for less than 30 days. She's going to become a customer qualified business. It's strength. You want to teach 10 to 20 to 25 trio orders as a customer qualified business. It's not like an unheard of amount. You just continue to get people on the trio. We call it simplifies trio. Most of us are getting them on complete too, so bonus, right? And she gave the example, 224 Club qualifying national marketing directors. They both had 24 qualifiers. One did not have any qualifiers that actually had a customer qualified business. Remember, that's where your customers alone would keep you qualified with your 1,000 points a month. You wouldn't need any distributors to do that. You're collecting a good, solid retail profit. You're putting enough people in your pipeline that are going to become raving fans. The other had 8 of their 24. And the paycheck of the one with 8 qualified businesses that had a customer qualified business, 45% larger check. So talk about your income. You can't just bring people onto the team and let them sit there dealer and have no customers. It is okay. I give you full permission to collect the retail profit until the people are ready to say yes to something more. Why? It's a lot of work. If they're going to be a glorified customer, still tracking them down, building their belief, making sure they, submit forms every year. It's work. And I'd rather you take great customer care up front and build them to a referral point or onto inviting to your team. So we are learning, earning our money. Yes, we are mission driven, but we are abundant mindset. Okay, are you leveraging the systems? Have a strategy for distributor liftoff. So when you sponsor someone, what's your strategy? What system are you following? I mean, I can type stuff up and try to give you systems, but I want you to, I'm challenging this group, have your own down. Mine is my red folder with everything printed out from getting started for Mission Driven Model, VF brochure, couple samples, a few extra brochures, and that's how I'm starting someone up. What is your startup? All of you are really, really good, I think, about doing, a connection call to welcome, getting them on Voxer chats, getting them on the Facebook page. We also want to majorly celebrate them, invite them. I think we do a great job of that too. So I'm really proud of this team. I think we're right on top of, we love celebrating. We had no problem with the celebration part. So you don't want to have a loosey-goosey, as Karen said, duplication. It'll fall apart. Show a systematic approach so someone could take that same system and duplicate, okay? And are you maximizing the connection calls? If they are not happening, you have to have an honest conversation with yourself to figure out why, what holds you back. And she gave us the advice, and I'm going to adhere to this advice and let you know that I'm adhering to it, is that I am perfectly comfortable being a chameleon. You tell me. And I'm going to say Cindy Farnham does a fabulous job at this. She gives me every detail about the people she's bringing to me. And so I'm just going to, lift you up on this one because you do excellent at this. You tell me how their style is, what you think would be your best outcome with the connection. And I always go into that call very equipped. She always says, everybody watch my video ahead of time so I don't have to spend as much time on my story anymore. So are you, let me know. Do you want me to be a straight shooter and just get right to the excitement of what we're doing? Do you want me to feel them out and ask a lot of high-yielding questions because you haven't gotten to their why yet? Do you think that they'll be more mission-driven or they have more of a financial need? Let us know, and we can be more effective for you. So you want to make that happen. And you've got to master the mission-driven model. And, right here, this group, now 20 of you are on here. Do all 20 of you have this down? Have you really studied and developed a firm relationship with that? It is absolutely the lifeblood, because that is where we're building our business, is right there in that process. If you're following it, your business will build as well. Okay, so she talked about facing your fears and identifying roadblocks. So everybody's problem in Juice Plus breaks down to fear, and fear keeps you stuck, is what she told us. Address your comfort zone issues. Otherwise, people won't do the activity. So we have to address with people, I sense that you're feeling really nervous about sharing your story. Let's talk about that. I sense that you seem really worried about following up. Can we work through that? Are you working with where people's fears are? Sometimes we might want to say, let's not have you sharing yet. Let's have you read GoPro, Art of Closing the Deal. Maybe we got to get them reading a couple books before we send them out to the lions and then they clam up because they weren't successful. So we do need to know where are people's comfort zones and how we're going to work through that and around that. Address how many people they are putting in front of the leader. Don't think that you're expected to recruit on your own if you are not a senior sales coordinator or above. You should be enlisting your sponsoring leader, one of them, every single time in the process. She talked about moving from security-based to freedom-based. It's a new mentality. If you're going to live where I need a sense of security all the time, you're going to be an employee forever. You need an entrepreneurial mindset, and that's one that is freedom-based. I'm free to help people with this business. You have to be hungry. I think we saw that great Anita Coward message about we want people that are humble, hungry, and smart about people. So, are you hungry? Is your hunger has to exceed your comfort zone? Or you have to be so mission-driven that it breaks you out of that comfort zone, okay? Eliminate your codependency. Don't make any statement or take any action out of fear. If you can't do it for everybody, don't do it for anybody. Oh, this was hard for me to listen to. I'm so bad. I'm the worst codependent there is. I've been working on it for my whole adult life. Yes, we have to have faith and confidence that people can learn, and you can give them the tools and you can let them grow and expand. And she said, your team can't keep looking to you to build their business for them. They have to go out and do it for themselves. If you're doing the activity but not getting the conversion to results, it may be your fear of being too pushy. And she feels that this fear causes us to be terrible guides. So address that within yourself. It is not pushy to be a good guide, a good person who is going to, lead people through the steps calmly, kindly. It's not pushy. What we're doing is we're not guiding people if we're being held back by that. I thought that was very powerful. Ask your prospects for the next step and tie it to their why. What is your next step that you're going to do to take for your husband's high cholesterol we talked about? What's the step you're going to take to create the $500 a month that you can stay home with children? Ask questions versus statements when you're coming back to your team members as you're trying to help them stay plugged into the process. So people don't make decisions because they are afraid. Okay, they won't make decisions if there's fear there. So, we need to help them out of their denial. We need to be able to help them find their needs, and we have to find people that are willing to change. So it's either willing to change their diet and their lifestyle, or willing to change what they're doing to create income. It's either way. So we need to help them figure that out. And she also talked about expanding your warm market. I think some of you came in and you blew through your warm market and you built a nice business and you're just kind of stuck. It's because we've got to go find new warm markets all the time. She says, first of all, asking for referrals from your current customers, inspiring your customers to hold events for you. Ask every single person that says yes to Juice Plus if they'd be willing to get a few friends together so you could come and share with their friends. Every single time you get an order. Can you imagine if you were starting to book a healthy living event, even if it's just sitting around your kitchen, if you're not really comfortable with the presentation thing? It doesn't have to be a presentation. Matter of fact, here in Wilmington, my Wilmington team, you can wave your hand at me and say, we don't do any presentations. We don't do yoga for an hour, and then we have a smoothie and 3 people share their story. We don't get into this presentation mode. We're way different from that because we didn't find that to be effective. Now, we go a brief overview. We show the bottles. We tell them how great it is, and then we ask them to look for more. Next thing you know, conversations are coming up. So be careful, too. I don't think a lot of people want a lot of presentations. They want fun, lighthearted, no high pressure. You don't need to be high pressure. We need to share our heart every time we get around people about what this has done in our lives. So the other thing is niche marketing. I love that idea. Are you niche marketing? Like, I feel like I niche marketed here in Wilmington with other small business owners that have service businesses. Estheticians, yes, Lori, my nails look awesome. Lori Chase is a beautiful salon she runs, and Denise with her business, all these small businesses that, man, we need some secondary income. It's tough to make a go of it. Or those people that are trading dollar for time. If you don't work, you don't get paid. Could you get a niche just doing lunch and learns at doctor's offices, and you put your nice dress on and you put your leather bag on and you go in and out of those offices asking, I'm a nutraceutical rep with Juice Plus and I would like to do a lunch and learn. What is your niche? Is it gyms and personal trainers? We do really well with the fitness stuff down here because everybody's into fitness. So what are some niches that you can form? Some of you that are young moms, is it the MOPS groups? Where can you create niches of people where your warm markets open up? So do a reality check. Do you state your goals to your team? People are not going to follow someone who isn't going anywhere. Commit to a practical approach of sponsoring new frontline consistently. Leverage your system and face your fears. So I just wanted to sum up tonight with my commitment to this team. I want to lead by example. You're never going to find me just on the sidelines. I want to get customers. I want to serve customers. I want to use the mission-driven model. I want to sponsor people. I want to do 2,000 pluses. I want to build a new qualifier. I want to foster relationships with each of you and help you realize your dreams. I will travel for our team. I'm going back to Emily Wicker in November. She's due with her fourth baby in December. I said, Emily, we need some events before you deliver. And so I'll be in Columbia, South Carolina to help her. I'll come back to Ohio. I will come at Virginia, Florida, where we have team, I will go. I will continue to create trainings and opportunity with our team call and our leadership Zoom. I will definitely continue to stay majorly plugged in with other fellow leaders so I can bring different voices to the table. So I also am going to work very closely with my frontline leaders. We now have 3 senior sales coordinators that are dynamos. I want to equip them and help them lead their teams well. And, for me, our theme is going to be Shine to Anaheim. And I'm going to have to tell you, I'm going to conference as a 39 club, not a 50 club. We did not have 50 qualifiers. We didn't go anywhere near our goal, 75 club. But I'm not going to compare myself, and I'm not going to be discouraged, because to me, this is all part of my journey. This is part of my journey. So you embrace it and you say, what can we do differently? What can I do better? I take full responsibility. My goal for Anaheim is to reclaim our 50 club. Reclaim it and get beyond it. So we're going to work hard together. I appreciate you leaders getting on this call. I promised a 30-minute call. We're right at that 30-minute mark. I'm going to unmute you, though, and open it for any comments or questions. Hold on one second, please. So if you have background noise, you might want to mute yourself. And I'm going to stop the recording.